Hi, Rose. Rosadia, Jordan, how's it going? Hi. Good afternoon. We are just waiting for some of our Facebook friends and some Instagram friends to join us, and then we're going to get started. How's it, Jordan? I hope you're well, buddy. Did you guys have a good Easter break? It was very quiet around here. We had a digital lunch on Sunday with family in Italy, Greece, and also some that's just up the road from us, but we can't see them because of the lockdown. Hi, Miriam. Hello to my biggest fan, Maureen. All right, how's it, Facebook? You are my biggest fan. And Daniele. All right. Almost there. Hey, Macy. All right. Good afternoon. So, last week I promised you that I would do the next talk on functional language. And here we are this week. Well, today I kick off this week's talks on functional language. And today's, hi Abdullah, today's topic is giving and asking opinions. So giving and asking opinions. So before we get started, functional language, what is it? So this is the type of language that we use in English for specific functions. It doesn't form part of grammar, although we use it in conjunction with grammar and vocabulary. What is very interesting is that considering how useful it actually is, because it is our nature as humans to want to give opinions and we ask for opinions, but we like to give our opinions. Sometimes even if we are not supposed to give our opinions, it remains part of our human nature to want to express our ideas and our opinions, right? Yet it is a part of English studies, an area of the English studies, which frankly is undertaught. Yeah. Consider all the times you were in class and your teacher asked you to talk to your classmates, tell your partner this, what do you think about that, share your ideas with the class. Just give that some thought. How many times, especially if you were in a class environment, pretty much every 5 to 10 minutes, your teacher would have asked you to do something. Even online, I ask students to speak to each other and give each other ideas and thoughts. Even at the most basic level, it should be taught from a very low level. The way I see it, I reckon that functional language should be taught from as early as an elementary level. Starting off with giving and asking for opinions. So if it's not taught and learned from a basic level of English, what happens is you reach advanced or an IELTS level of English where you need to get IELTS band 6.57, and the only phrases that you are comfortable using are I think, I believe, and in my opinion. So, hi Khalid. Ooh, Nusi, Jacqueline, how's it? So these are the three that I've highlighted as the go-tos for most students. They are comfortable with it, so they just use it. So you reach that pretty high level of English, and these are the only ones that you're really comfortable with. You have to genuinely stop and think about another one that you want to use. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there are over 60 ways of expressing your opinion and asking for opinion. Over 60. So anywhere between 60 and probably 100 documented ways. And if you go and do a little bit of research, you'll see that many of them you have heard before. So let's use them. Let's use them to the best of our abilities. I'm going to give you some examples of phrases that you can start using from immediately. So I'm not telling you to go and study 60 odd phrases for giving opinion or asking for opinion. No. But here are some that I'm pretty sure you could use from as early as today. So think about these ones. I'm sure, I have no doubt that you want to go back to school as early as possible. I guess, or I imagine, I could be wrong, but if you ask me, to the best of my knowledge, the way I see it, or as I see it, frankly, you know what I think? And there's a part of me that all of these, hi Anna, all of these you can use immediately. So let me repeat them. I'm sure, or I'm certain. I have no doubt. I guess, or I imagine. I'd say that if you ask me, I could be wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, the way I see it, frankly, you know what I think? And there's a part of me that, so facial expressions, obviously go with your opinion language, right? Hi, Booty. Hi. Hi, Andrea. So those are some of the phrases you can use immediately, number one. But to be successful in using this functional language, there are a few things that you need to consider. First of all, like all vocabulary and all phrasal verbs and all expressions, you have to include them in your conversations and in your discussions. You have to do this as much as possible. You have to expose yourself to as many opportunities for conversation and discussion as much as every conversation we have or discussion that we join will have some element of you having to give your opinion, or at least think about it, you know. So what could you do? So join any conversation or chat that's available to you that requires you to give an opinion specifically. For example, movie clubs, chat groups, opinion clubs, any free classes that you can join with your schools. You could go onto discussion forums. There are hundreds of them online. All of these are going to give you an opportunity to use it, even if it's in writing initially, because it gets you into the flow of it. So pick, like I recommended with vocabulary, with phrasal verbs and with expressions, pick one or two that you really want to focus on, one that you like. Say, for example, you like to the best of my knowledge, right? An example, use that one consciously, so make a conscious effort of it. But another way that you can practice increasing your use of functional language for opinions is to choose a simple one that you know and know very well and are comfortable with, like I think, and then intensify it and change it up with different words. For example, I think, I believe, I feel, I suppose, I reckon. And you can intensify it by adding really, like, I don't know, I really feel. I don't really. I don't suppose. So using a simple, well-known phrase that you're comfortable with and tweaking it ever so slightly to increase that band of functional language. So consider I think and change it to I believe, I guess, I suppose, I feel, I really feel that you should go see a dentist, example. All right. So intensify is strengthen it. Abudi says, actually, we don't have all these clubs here. Buddy, no one has those clubs. Those are all online. If you don't go to a school, you need to contact some schools. English One is one of them, and join some of these clubs. Otherwise, online, there are tons of forums that you can join. You just need to do a little bit of research and join the conversations, the online digital conversations. These are at the moment all online, and there's loads of them available. Okay, the next thing you want to do, and this is to be very successful, you can't just give your opinion and not support it, right? So support your opinion, give examples like personal experiences or a reason, statistics, and even consequences for an opinion. And then take your time, breathe, take a moment to consider everything. You don't have to rush through it. So remember, with giving an opinion, there comes the responsibility of supporting it. So give your opinion, but support it. A few weeks ago, I spoke about polite language. So yes, you have to be respectful and continue to be polite. There is a grammatical way around this as well, and that is by the use of indirect questions. So to humbly disagree with someone, you can use the word I humbly disagree, and in my humble opinion, you can use that. However, if you would like to soften the way you say something, you would use an indirect question. So instead of saying, tell me why, you would say, I was wondering if you could explain why you think that. So I've asked the same question, but indirectly, and I softened it. So the person that is being asked the question is not going to feel like he or she is under attack. All right, so polite language, indirect questions, using the word humble can also help a lot. Right, some other things that you need to consider are cultural differences. Consider those cultural differences. Maybe the opinion is going to be quite shocking, something really different that that you weren't expecting. So consider those cultural differences. Ask for clarification. If you don't understand what has been said, ask for clarification before you give an opinion. Pause, take your time, think about what is being said, and then respect the turn taking. So you're asking for opinion, you're giving an opinion, somebody is going to answer you. Don't interrupt them when they answer or when they counter give an opinion. So they come back and say, well, I think that I hear what you are saying. However, I believe that. So turn taking is really important. It forms part of a respectful conversation. Of course, all of this leads to a combination of speaking skills, guys. It's really important that you consider all the sub-skills here. Turn taking, clarification, feedback skills. Are you listening to the person that is speaking to? Have you considered that you've understood everything that has been said before you give the opinion? Exposing yourself to different opportunities to use the language in various speaking situations. Now, I know that not everybody goes to a school, but there are a lot of different ways that you can get, hi Boneka, that you can get involved in conversations. My students at English One are 100% involved in conversation. They are included in tons of different clubs that are available to them. So they can do that. And then they also form sort of exclusive groups with their own friends. So wherever you are in the world, if you are looking to speak English, practice English. I'm certain that there are like-minded individuals in your country who would love to have a sort of exclusive group where you could chat. Hi, Fabio. So I know, for example, that there's a group of students, ex-students in Brazil who have formed a little group, and once or twice a week they meet up and they chat about their life, about what's going on, but in English. So that's pretty cool, something that you can do. So you need to take it upon yourself as well to go out there and try and find creative ways of enjoying conversations. Abudi says, sometimes I like to listen to people who speak English, but as you know, I get bored of it. Well, I suppose, Abudi, I can understand if you're not involved in the conversation, you could get bored. I think that's everybody, really. I know that there are times where you just want to sit back and listen, and I get that. As a language learner myself, I like to sit back and listen to the language that I'm learning, because sometimes I also just want to observe the language being used and the paralinguistic features that go with it, and see if I can pick up on new skills. And sometimes I don't know anything about the topic, so I need to sit back and listen. But for the best of times, Abudi, I reckon you have to include yourself in the conversation. If you just sit back and listen all the time, you might get stuck into the sensation of, well, I'm not involved in this conversation, so, and you sort of switch off, right? So that's my advice to you. Get involved when you can. All right. Guys, do any of you have any questions about the use of opinion language, asking opinions, giving opinions at all? There are so many cool ways that you can give an opinion, guys. You don't have to rely on I think and in my opinion, I promise you. Those are fine and well. But if you're going to take your English a step further, there's a lot more that you can do. So let me repeat those examples for those that have just joined us. So some examples of really nice everyday phrases that you can use are, I'm sure, I have no doubt, I guess, I imagine, I could be wrong, but if you ask me, to the best of my knowledge, the way I see it, frankly, know what I think? And there's a part of me that, all right, so those are some that you can use. But remember that there are over 60. All right, so do a little bit of research, you'll find tons. Abudi says, if I find the topic which is good for me, I will speak and give my opinion. That's true, but I'm going to put something out again on you, Abudi, and that is you start the conversation so that topics are suitable for you as well. Don't rely on other people to start a conversation. Last week, I spoke about initiating conversation and how to do so with authority. Go back to that video and look at those tips on how to do that. All right, so don't wait, initiate. All right, guys, so that brings me to the end of my talk for today. Just some news for the rest of the week. Remember that we have club lessons, and they go every day from 3:30 in the afternoon, at 3:30 in the afternoon. And we've got the movie club Mondays, we've got World News Tuesday, Opinion Wednesday, by the way, Throwback Thursday, and Freestyle Friday. These are lessons that are based on speaking skills, but some of them require a task to be done the day before. If you're interested, drop us a line and we'll send you more information about them. We are online, guys. English One is online. So if you're interested in an online class, group class, private lessons, or other online services, please let us know. Some of the newest lessons that we have available are specialized lessons, and these run at 6 p.m. from Monday to Friday. The lessons are dedicated to a specific level every day, and have a specific topics, language focus, as well as skill on every day of the week at 6 p.m. South African time. And then on Saturday, we have workshops. So the workshops are 2 hours long, and they could be anything from IELTS preparation to business skills, as well as beginner pronunciation, vocational, and English for specific purposes. So if you're interested in any of these lessons, please let us know. All the information that I've just shared with you will be in the description box at the end of the video. So have a look at that. Instagram friends, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see all the information. Otherwise, you can just drop us an email at learn@english1.coza.co.za. I'm keeping told that COZA is only South Africans. So let me repeat that email address: learn@english1.co.za. And Abudi, if you click on the bio on Instagram, you can just send us a WhatsApp and we will send you the relevant information. Tomorrow, again, we're going to be dealing with functional language, and tomorrow it's on making requests. So that will be pretty cool. Fabio, so cool. When can I speak with teachers live? Oh, Abudi, we will make a plan for that. Okay, it's a good idea. I like that. Abdullah Salam, how can I give my opinions more politely to my boss or director? By the way, suggestion. Yes, that's a very good question, Abdullah. So the best way that you can give your opinion is, first of all, find out if you are allowed to give an opinion, number one. So in that, you go directly and say, I hope you don't mind. I would like to share what I think about the project. And then you can start, in my humble opinion, or the way I see it, or as far as I can see, you have to start from there. So please allow me to share my opinion or ideas about X. I hope that helps. I'm going to write that out for you as well in a minute. All right. Okay, with that, guys, I'm going to say thank you very much for having joined me this afternoon. I hope you found some good tips on my chat, and I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. and we're going to be talking about making requests. Have a lovely evening. Bye. All right, Abdullah.